Hello everyone, this is grade 6, module 2, lesson 6 problem set. For today's problem set, we're going to be solving these, and we talked primarily about partitive division. That's when you know how many groups there are, and you just need to know the size of the group. That's what we're trying to find. So let's take a look at 2, and it says 7/8 teaspoons is 1/4 groups of what size? So we need to figure out the size that each group gets. So we have to divide 7/8 by 1/4 to get the size. So I notice that I don't have common units, so I'd have to change 1/4 to a common unit of 8. And again, I know I have to go by 2 over 2 because that's one whole. It's going to keep it equivalent. So I have 7/8 divided by 2/8. And when I know I have the same units, it's really 7 divided by 2. 2 can go into 7 3 times with 1 left over. And I know I'm dividing by 2, so it's 3.5. Now I'm going to show you a different way to solve these using a tape diagram. Because I really feel like the tape diagram lends to this. Because it's saying, and let me slide over, 7/8 is 1/4. So if I draw a tape and break it into fourths, I know that 7/8 is 1/4. I want to know the rest of the group. So if this is 7/8, this is 7/8, this is 7/8, this is 7/8. So I have 7, 14, 21, 28 eighths. Now I can just turn it back into a mixed number. Meaning 8 goes into 28 3 times. And I'll show it off to the side. It's just easier to do. And with 4 left over, and I'm dividing by 8, so it's 4/8 or 1/2. So the diagrams are really going to help you out because you're trying to find the whole amount to figure out your size. So this is 1/4. That means it's one of the 4 groups. I want to know how much total. So let's take a look at 3. A 4-cup container of food is 2/3 groups of what size? So I feel like, again, this is lending to say 2/3 is 4 cups. So if 2 boxes equals 4, 1 box equals 2, because 2 plus 2 is 4. So how much is in the whole group? If each of those boxes were 2, there'll be 6. So that's my answer for 3. The size of the group is 6. Let's go, I'm going to let you write your part of the problems for 4 and 5. But we'll move down here and take a look at 6. So for 6, it says fill in the blank to complete the equation, then find the quotient and draw a model to support your solution. So we'll do B, and it says 5/6 divided by 4 equals 1/4 of 5/6. So I'm going to draw a model to show 1/6, and I need to shade in 5. And I need to try to find 1/4 of that. So I got to break this into fourths. And we're looking at this top part right here because that's one of the fourths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out of how many total boxes do I have? Well, I know that this is 6, 12, 18, 24. So you look at the shaded part for 1 because that's the one part of it, And then we got to see how much this is actually broken into now. So it's 5/24. And I could do that by multiplying out because I know of means multiplication. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 6 is 24. So the multiplying works, and then the diagram supports it. Let's go to 7. There is 3/5 of a pile left. If 4 friends wanted to share the pie equally, how much would each friend receive? So we have 3/5 is left, and I have to break it into 4 equal pieces. So really what I'm doing is I'm taking 1/4 of the 3/5. So it's either 1/4 times 3/5 or 3/5 times 1/4, because the commutative property says I can do this. So now I can multiply this out. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 4 is 20. So each friend would receive 3/20 of the pie. You should definitely write your answer statement in there. I can't really fit mine in, but you can go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at 10 for our last one. So I'm going to bring down 10. And it says, it took Mario 10 months to beat 5/8 of the levels on his new video game. How many years will it take Mario to beat all levels? So the first thing I want to try to do here is draw a quick diagram. I feel like this question really lends to it. So I'm going to break it into 8s and bracket 5 of them. So there's 4s, there's 8s. So now I want to bracket 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to beat the 5/8, it took him 10 months. So how much, he still has 3/8 of the game left, so we got to figure out how many months will it do for the whole thing. And it says in years, so we'll worry about that in just a second. But at least we know what we're looking for. We're looking for 8 out of 8, what that equals. So if 5 of these boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equals 10 months, how much does one box equal? And I know that I can divide by 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So each box is worth 2 months. Now, there's 8 boxes. So 8 times 2 is 16. So it took him 16 months to beat all levels. But that's not the end. We have to figure out years. I know there's 12 months in 1 year. So I'm going to divide by 12. So 16 divided by 12. And that's going to equal 1 with 4 left over. So 1 and 4/12. But I know that I can simplify that down by 4. Because 4 goes into 4 and 4 goes into 12. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So it's going to be 1 and 1/3 years. And again, that's for 10. So I used a tape diagram for that because it just seemed easier for me to do that. There are ways that you can go through and do your division using what you learned in class. But since it did say solve, some of them lend more to models and some of them lend more to actual doing calculations. I felt that one was definitely a model question for me, but if you can solve it out without using the model, you can definitely go for that. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the rest of your problem set.